Welcome to the podcasting event of the year. Hosted by Alterbrap, Joshua Vincent Perella, and AJ Howard. This is Artistic Integrity.
I welcome everybody to episode 2 of Artistic Integrity, the podcast where me, Josh, and AJ kill each other. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about some very controversial things: DC Comics, James Gunn, and women. Stay tuned for that. Now, I guess you two introduce yourselves, just to start it off.
I'm Josh. I'm 19. And if you're looking for a tour, AJ and I will be in the middle.
AJ's never been with a woman. I think he likes men.
No, I was parroting that clip from the Graham Norton show where it's Bryan Cranston and he's like, you know what I'm talking about?
It was very well done. It was very well done.
What's the Graham Norton show?
Hi, I'm Eddie. I'm 34. And if you're looking for a fantastic beast, and I know where you can find one. I was like, oh yes.
I don't even know what you're referencing.
I really appreciate that.
I thought you were just.
I'm Benedict, but you can call me Big Ben.
Okay.
All right, bro. All right.
Well, I'm AJ, aka Batman7, and I'm just excited to actually be on this podcast instead of Alter putting me off every 5 seconds because he's wrong.
He's wrong.
Oh, so yeah, you know who I am. This is on my channel. If you don't like me, then die. So yeah, I don't really know how else to start this off. So let's put like Ray William Johnson. Let's just jump into it. You feel me? Let's start talking about the recent James Gunn news.
Let's start talking about Hack Snyder.
You know what? Yeah, let's actually start out. Let's start out by talking about the DCEU so far. Let's talk about what they've released so far, our thoughts on that, and really why Zack Snyder sucks.
We can run through the disasters, the gems, and
Zack Snyder.
What's to come. Man of Steel, terrible.
Really
I
bad.
hate it.
All right,
Henry Cavill is a great casting, but Man of Steel sucks.
Yeah. Hear me out on this. Man of Steel isn't a bad movie, but it's a bad Superman movie. It's the Spider-Man Homecoming of Superman films.
I don't think
Homecoming is enjoyable.
I don't know. I haven't watched it since I was like 5, so I don't know.
When I was rewatching it a month ago, I think, I turned it off after 40 minutes. It was so boring. Boredom doesn't mean some people associate boredom with more talking than action, but it's not that. It's just the movie's so slow. And that's the Zack Snyder's problem with all of his movies is the pacing sucks with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Even Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is probably his best movie, give or take Watchmen. But the pacing's so bad, and yeah, it's 4 hours, but that's a part of the problem. It's 4 hours.
I also think a big part of it is his movies lack verisimilitude, which was a word that was coined by Richard Donner, which is getting at the core truth of the material, which he fails to do with his movies
every time.
Let's go back a little bit. Did you just say that Zack Snyder's best film was Zack Snyder's Justice League and Watchmen?
I said give or take Watchmen.
Give or take Watchmen.
Okay, but still, Zack Snyder's Justice League is nowhere near his best film because that movie itself is just mid.
Best DC movie.
Oh, DC.
Yeah, best DC.
They're not good. None of them are good. But
none of his DC movies are good. I was about to say because 300 exists. Army of the Dead exists.
We're just talking DC movies.
I know, but still, just overall, that's what
his other material is a lot better.
It's material that's not DC is way better. Even then, I enjoyed
Agreed.
Watchmen for what it was too. Even though I don't really enjoy it because I don't think it's a good adaptation of Watchmen, but it is what it
It
is.
just misses
Exactly.
the point.
He misses the point of Watchmen, but I still go back to Watchmen every now and then. Visually, it's a great film, which is just a lot of Zack Snyder films, to be
That's
honest.
the thing. All his movies are visually.
Well, it's like Zack
All of his
Snyder
movies
would
are
be a
visually
really
stunning.
good director of photography.
So here's the thing that I think is funny. Every single time that you talk about a Zack Snyder film to a Zack Snyder cultist or fan or whatever, they will always be like, well, this specific scene is good. And it's like, yeah, that scene's good because it's a cool looking fight scene. Like, if we actually get down to the writing of the film, it's terrible. Like, you don't know how many times I've argued with someone about BVS being trash. And they'd be like, but the warehouse scene. It's like, yeah, what about the warehouse scene? It's awesome. But, like,
Who
you know,
cares?
yeah, like, who cares whenever that
Yeah, it's like
Batman is a terrible
if you
person?
only well, it's like if you only have a couple remarkable scenes in a movie, but not a remarkable movie, then what do you have?
Right. And
Zack Snyder film.
nobody seriously that knows anything about movies is gonna say that Zack Snyder's DC movies don't have good moments. There's really good moments in each one of them. Like Superman's first flight is one of the coolest DC
It's
live
incredible.
action moments
Yeah.
ever. But
But the feeling of that scene doesn't match up with the rest of the movie.
right.
Which is why it works why that scene works so well, because it's actually you feel Superman.
Right. It's crazy that like all the Snyder people, the cultists particularly, will say things like, well, Superman wasn't relatable and he's doing the same thing every time. But then they call that like the best flight scene of Superman. But it's because that is what the character is. That's the core of the character. It's hope, it's overcoming your failures. And that is what Superman always was. So they can't say Zack Snyder made him relatable over that. Zack Snyder did not make. I never related to Superman ever in his movies, except for when he was growing up, when he was figuring out his powers. And
Tell me you're
the
autistic.
flight,
Tell me you're autistic.
the power of Wayne compels you.
Uh-uh.
I don't know. And like BVS is just a whole other can of worms that I don't even know if we should open up because it's so bad. So
Yeah, it's
bad.
a Garbage film. Garbage film. I don't even.
Try
Where
it.
where do we begin with talking about BVS? Just do we even talk about it, or do we just movie's bad? Don't elaborate.
Yeah, I think we can go there.
All right.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it plenty on the Speaking Your podcast.
Go check that out, by the way. It'll be linked below. And yeah, I can't wait till we get like little BW on this podcast, bro. The Zack Snyder thing. It's gonna turn into like an Alex Jones podcast. It's gonna be awesome. But until then, I guess we'll keep our thoughts on BVS at a minimum. And
Yeah,
what came after BVS? So Suicide Squad. Oh yeah.
a horrible movie.
Hear
Terrible
me out.
film.
Hear me out.
I
Hear me
enjoyed.
out.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. I think it's fun to rewatch,
Oh yeah, I
but
love watching it.
I think it's a really bad movie.
Oh yeah, it's like the Room of DC films. Yeah, we should do an episode on the Room.
Yes. We have to do an episode on The Room. We got to get Tommy Wiseau on here or Greg Sestero.
Hey Siri, what is Tommy Wiseau's phone number?
Okay, I found this on the web for what is Tommy Wiseau's phone number. Check it out.
Yo, no way.
Get the man himself on here.
We're getting him on.
All
You know
right.
what? Fuck the DCEU. We got the Room.
Okay, so Suicide Squad, bad movie. Wonder Woman came after Suicide Squad. Which is for the most part a very good movie.
Yeah, Wonder Woman is a good movie.
Wonder Woman was the first good movie in the DCAU, and also I think it's near perfect besides the third act.
I was just gonna say that that's a part of DC's problem is that when they give in a quality movie, there's always something about it that's not good. Like they never just had an all around like there's always like an act that sucks. It's like every good movie has flaws, but DC just has like really big ones.
And it's
I
like
think
the sad thing is that the flaw of Wonder Woman isn't even at the fault of anyone in the production who should be there. Like Jeff Johns came in at like late in the process and rewrote the end of the movie, which completely screwed up the entire story.
Yeah.
I mean, here's a weird thing that I find: like every single superhero movie that just like takes place during a war is just like god tier. Like Captain America: The First Avenger, Wonder Woman,
Mm-hmm.
all fantastic films.
Literally 2 movies.
Yeah.
All the movies take place in a war.
Yeah, Captain America, 1943.
The one scene in X-Men.
Yeah, the beginning of the
In
first
what?
X-Men was incredible. I love them. I loved when
Yeah,
Magneto
the
was in the
beginning scene of First
concentration
Class.
camp. Man, I just first thing that came to my mind was Kanye. Let's just move on. What came after Wonder Woman?
Justice League came after Wonder
Ah,
Woman.
yes, the
Colossal
greatest
dumpster fire.
film of all time. Dude,
It's
you know
so
what's crazy? I remember the early episodes of the Speaking Nerd podcast before we even knew there was going to be a Snyder cut. I was like, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
I know.
I think I just learned to cope. I think that's what my
You definitely wanted to cope.
but
like that movie is
I mean,
so
see,
terrible.
this is an artistic integrity, so I feel like we are valid to talk about why Justice League was such a mess because that's kind of the reason we started this podcast in the first place was to appreciate artists for what they do. So I think we should spend some time on this one. So Justice League,
Okay, I
what's
think one of the
good
first
about it first? So let's talk about what's good about it. I think the best parts of it
The-
are the parts that Zack Snyder actually directed. They left in.
right. I think another good part is actually something that Joss Whedon did, which was in the beginning they're showing the repercussions after the death of Superman.
Oh yeah, that seems
was
really
all
good. That seems really good.
That's good. Even though the problem is like Zack Snyder threw in the death of Superman. Like, why would he do it in the
Yeah, I
second
remember there was
movie?
a video about
It was-
BVS.
it
It was
was
like a
like-
review, and it was
like
like
the
he put 15 different comic book storylines in 2 hours.
Yeah, I have 2 reasons why the Death of Superman doesn't work there. One, the Death of Superman story isn't actually that good in the first place. It's kind of mid. And two, the Death of Superman doesn't work unless you have an established Superman. And at this point, the world doesn't even like Superman. So why
Yeah,
should
because
they care?
BVS is like halfway like an origin story.
Right.
Yeah, like okay, Man of Steel is the first like couple months of Superman, and then BVS is just another couple months of Superman. Like Superman hasn't been Superman for even like
And
a
then
year.
Justice League and Zack Snyder's Justice League, they both
No,
take
he
place
was
just
Superman
right from the events of BVS.
He was Superman for a bit over a year, but that's
But we
still
didn't
not
get
good
we
enough.
didn't see any of that.
Right. Like, in
People
order
still
for
hated him.
like
He
okay,
wasn't like an icon.
people's like reasoning for that is they're like, well, it switched people's perspective on him because he made that selfless act. But that's such a bad argument because the whole reason anyone would care that Superman even died is because of the hope that he had already instilled in the world. And sure, you can make the argument that his selfless act made other people feel that way, but it wouldn't get to the point where they have a monument of Superman and they're putting a flag over a bridge for Superman.
It's like that. It just doesn't make sense because they didn't like him.
Right. Why would they have cared?
If and also this goes with. So I'm gonna go on a mini rant here. I think it's
Oh god.
just bone dead stupid. Bone dead stupid that Zack Snyder went the whole Jesus allegory there. With Superman because Superman is not a Jesus character; he is a Moses character, and
Yep.
and also if you're even going with the Jesus allegory, having the whole world honor Superman after he dies is not the story.
Right.
It's not the story. So it's just flawed both ways.
Yeah.
And with that, I will say there's one more scene in Justice League that I actually really like. That is from Joss Whedon, and no one's gonna agree with me. And I think that's the Superman Flash race, race
No, that's cool.
because
Cool
it was
scene.
just cool to see. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I'm a big fan of the Superman Flash races from the comics, so I was completely on board with that. It didn't even feel weird.
I mean,
Like,
it fit everything else that was
I
in that
mean,
movie, but then again, nothing fit in that movie. So
yeah,
the only thing that fit in that movie was my penis. Oh, I'm cutting that joke out. Um,
It just feels like the movie was super cheap. Like,
cheap
Yeah.
my that thing
especially
was
like,
like that was like 300 million that they put on that movie.
dude, when you look at Justice League, it looks so cheap. Like, okay, so that scene where he finds the parademon and tracks it down in Gotham and it like blows up. That scene looks like it's a freaking CW show. It's so bad. It's so badly shot. And that was the whole tone of that movie.
well, like the thing with Justice League is
Don't ask
that
AJ, he likes the
the
Arrowverse.
reason they
No, I do too. I like the Arrowverse, but
The
still,
reason-
this is a film.
the reason that they brought in Joss Whedon to like finish what Zack Snyder started was because they had a specific due date and they weren't willing to push it back, which doomed the project from the beginning
Right.
because movies take time and
If
you
they would
can't
have just let the movie go,
Should have just
and
canceled
like-
both of them.
like maybe if they pushed the due date back and got someone or just let Zach finish it. I don't know. Get someone to finish it
yeah,
at a later due date. It wouldn't have been bad.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Cancel both of them. We don't need it. That's my valid
I
opinion.
mean, honestly, they should have canceled the DCEU after Justice League came out. That's my honest opinion. They should have completely rebooted after Justice
Well,
League
here's
came
the
out.
thing: they had movies in the works. So that's the only problem with a cinematic universe is the fact that after you make something and it bombs and you feel like it's time to reboot, you already have films that are being made, like already near finished, like
Right.
Aquaman, for example, that will continue on that universe.
Yeah.
And if those become successful, then you're like, all right, maybe there's a chance that we can revive this. And then they keep making films and it just bombs again. And the same thing might happen with Black Adam, which we saw
Right.
Black Adam just bomb.
Well, yeah.
And if Aquaman 2 ends up making $1 billion, I
DCEU
feel like they might actually just continue that.
I don't think they will.
It's like
But-
the DCEU has been a constant back and forth
Right.
with losses and little victories. Completely. Going up and down through the entire process. Even when they had as low a low with Justice.
Yeah. The only downside I feel like to rebooting this universe though is that we won't ever get a true satisfying conclusion to it.
I agree. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Which unless they can somehow
just think the
reshoot the mess that is the Flash movie to make that a finale. But
We
like,
don't know if it's a mess.
I mean,
That's
the
the
sit-
thing. I'm excited for Flash.
listen, I bet the movie's gonna be great. The mess comes from Ezra Miller just even existing in that movie.
Yeah.
The mess comes from Jeffrey Dahmer just with like superpowers being in that movie. I think that's what I don't know what Ezra Miller did. I'm just assuming who's Jeffrey Dahmer?
He ate people.
He
Ezra
killed
Miller-
people and ate people.
Hey Siri, did Ezra Miller eat people?
I won't respond to that.
All right, we'll never know. So
She knows.
what?
Siri has
knows.
been bought out by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I'm gonna be dead like next week. You won't see me
You're
next
gonna
episode.
You're gonna get sniped by Zaslav.
I thought you were going to say I'm going to get sniped by Zack Snyder. I was like, no, this cult is going to do that for me. But let's what came after Justice League? Aquaman. All right, so Aquaman, great film. I love Aquaman. Visually, it might be one of my favorite DCEU film. I feel like James Wan nailed it with that film.
Well, I think visually it's one of my favorite comic books.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Definitely
Absolutely.
I-
good.
I adore Aquaman. It's complete fun from beginning to end,
Yeah.
and
I need to
it
rewatch
looks like
Aquaman.
they're not ashamed of it being a superhero movie, and it feels so good. And also, the Aquaman suit is gorgeous. Like,
Yeah, I think I
gorgeous.
busted a couple
Like,
nuts for that movie.
it was chef's kiss, you know?
What is it with the
I
DCEU
love
and
that
just
movie.
having terrible people involved with it?
I don't know,
Like
man.
we
But
got
I hope that
Ezra
is
Miller
gonna
and
change.
who's oh my god, who's Mara? I forgot her name now. I don't know, Johnny Depp's ex.
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard, there you go.
Yeah, I do think we have to acknowledge that there was a small period of DCU actually having some good movies after Justice League.
Yeah, it had
Give or
Aquaman and
take.
Shazam. Like Aquaman and Shazam
Yeah,
were great. I mean,
the
okay, hear me out.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, the Suicide Squad's great.
Well,
Here's the thing.
that was a bit later though. That was a bit later though.
I mean, that was
I
after
guess
Zack
I mean
Snyder's
general.
Justice League. I was talking
Right,
about in
the
between.
repercussions afterwards.
I feel like they kind of learned their lesson
Go
and
ahead
then
though.
just dropped off completely. Like they kind of learned their lesson,
Yeah,
had a rise, and then just dropped off, and they bombed completely with Black Adam. But what was after? Oh yeah, Shazam. So let's talk about Shazam. That movie mid. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
wait,
Good.
what?
It's good.
I think Shazam.
Not great for me.
It's I don't ever go back to Shazam. I think it's
You said Shazam is mid?
that was a
I
bit
don't
of an
think it's mid,
exaggeration.
but
That was a bit of an
like but
exaggeration, but I never go back to it. I don't
I'm
enjoy it as much as
in
I
your
enjoy
walls.
other films.
me neither. I don't go back to
I'm
Shazam.
Alter. I'm in your walls.
What did you just say to me?
Like
I'm in your walls.
he doesn't understand, and even a little bit after basic English.
Where?
Shazam for me is
Where
a
are
weird
you,
one.
you son of a bitch?
'Cause-
Where are you?
is that real?
Yes, it's actually real. I got this off my wall. I'm gonna go
Nice.
put it back now.
So Shazam for me is it's mixed because I think it's a strong movie, but I feel like Shazam played it too safe. Like
It
it
was
feels like
average. It was
every
painful. I
other
think it was average. I just think it was an average superhero film.
yeah, me too.
I'm
It's
sorry,
painfully it's
Guys-
painfully like
Painfully
very
average, but it is
straight,
just average.
straight to formula. No,
yeah,
it's
I'm gonna have to completely disagree with you guys.
Mhm.
Like, you guys are so losing me here
You like Brave and the Bold.
because it's great, and Shazam is, in my opinion, the best DCU.
considering it's almost all trash, I could probably say you're probably right.
Well, yeah, it's
And,
definitely
well,
top 5.
With Shazam,
Yeah, it's
it's
top
got
five.
it's got a strong, like, directorial style
Yeah, I agree.
by a great independent filmmaker, and also it's not afraid of being a comic book, but it also deals with, real human things.
Yeah, because I too am adopted.
I'll have to rewatch it. I haven't seen it in like a year and a half, 2
I'll have to
years
rewatch
almost.
it too, but just going based off of what I
Well-
remember
well,
watching it like a year ago.
That movie was one superhero movie that I genuinely, it made me think and feel things. Like, superhero movies don't usually do that.
Caden?
Sorry, I'm looking at my video with 72,000 views that you'll never have. Sorry. Well, so we're gonna go back to talking about DCEU now, and so Shazam,
We never stop.
Shazam, you shut up. I just Shazam is Shazam.
It's a masterpiece.
What's next?
Masterpiece is a strong word.
Birds of
That's
Prey.
a strong word.
Birds of Prey is next. Now that's a
Was
film
Birds of Prey
I
next?
really like. Yeah, Birds of Prey was next.
I
don't-
still haven't seen Birds of Prey.
I don't like
Huh?
Birds of Prey at all.
You don't like Birds of Prey.
I don't like it at
enjoy it.
all.
It's just dumb fun.
I
It's dumb
never
fun.
liked
Margot
Birds of Prey.
Robbie, she is smoking
I
hot.
I straight up haven't seen Birds of Prey.
Do you agree that Margot Robbie's hot? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Exactly. 10 out of 10 film. And that's why you should watch it. It was the first
I was
R-rated
never into that.
DCEU film, which I feel like says something. That it was the first one to really go over that edge.
Which
And
I hope,
that might have
which
been because of
I hope
Joker a
we
year
get
before
more
was
of
just
in the future
successful. But
with James Gunn.
to be fair, though, it did come out in February,
I
so
hope
it
we
wasn't
get
that
more
long after
R-rated
Joker.
stuff.
Yeah, I agree with what Josh is trying to say. While Alter won't let him speak.
with James Gunn, I
Thank
feel like
you.
we would get a
Thank
lot.
you, AJ.
It's my podcast. I'll say what I want. All right, you guys don't have Marvel to help you.
I feel like with a lot of what James Gunn does, I want him to do like hard PG-13 and rated R stuff. Like
I'm trying to see.
don't be afraid.
I'm trying to see
throw
Tarantino
hard
DC
themes in.
films.
That'd be
Well,
fine.
I want a I want
I just want
like
good movies.
yeah.
I'm not
I
saying
just want
make everything a hard PG-13, by the
I
way.
want DC movies that are movies.
Yeah.
I know, crazy idea, guys, but
Right. It's insane.
I want DC movies that are movies first.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That are true to the comics, and also I want DC movies that are that explore every corner of the DC universe, like not just Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, but I do want Superman. I want more Superman because we haven't got him in so long, but I want the ability to see everything, you know?
Yeah. So Birds of Prey, you don't like it, Josh, because you're irrelevant and I'm better than you. And Birds of Prey, it's an enjoyable. It's not
Prey
perfect.
showed.
It's a very heavily flawed film. It's like a 6 out of 10, but I really enjoy watching it.
Yeah, exactly. That's about where it is for me. It's like a 6 out of 10.
Here's the thing: you don't enjoy watching it.
I don't
I do
hate
enjoy
it.
watching it.
I
And
enjoy
so
parts of it.
I enjoy a lot of it. I enjoy Margot Robbie.
I mean, 6 out of 10 isn't the worst thing.
Yeah, it could be a Zack Snyder
What?
film. But after Birds of Prey, we got
After that, it went on
Wonder-
a hiatus, and then I think we got
no,
the
we won.
Suicide Squad.
No, we got Wonder Woman 84.
Oh yeah, we got 82. Wonder Woman 82. 84, 82. See, that's how much it sucks.
And that's how much is. Yeah, I remember liking it when it first came out. I remember really enjoying it, and then
I really enjoyed Wonder Woman 84. In fact, when I first saw it, I loved it. I don't think I've seen it since, but I really enjoyed it.
I liked it when I first saw it too, and then I rewatched it, and I just didn't like it.
I rewatched it again, and it's just like you can just see all the flaws. It's a really bad movie. I mean, Wonder Woman basically just sexually assaults this poor man.
Okay,
and,
I really don't get the complaints about that. It's not super valid.
Okay, this is going to turn into a conversation I don't think I want to have on this podcast just yet.
Well, it's
Okay.
like
So moving on to the Suicide.
moving on.
It's a magic
moving
thing,
on.
guys.
Moving on to Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now we've already talked a decent amount of this while we were talking about BVS.
Yeah, I
and
guess
Man of
we
Steel.
can, yeah.
But still, just overall, I think it's a good movie. I just think it's too long, and that's why I never go back to it. And there are definitely some really bad creative decisions because it is a Zack Snyder
it's
film.
like a full day commitment to watch it. So
Yeah, it is.
To be
I've
fair, though,
only
I did
seen it
watch it
twice.
3 times within the
I've
first week
seen
it came out.
3 or 4 times. I've seen it about 3 or 4 times.
I
Okay,
don't
so
plan on
my
ever
thing
watching
with
it
Zack Snyder's
soon,
Justice
though.
League is when it first came out. Yeah, when it first came out, I absolutely loved it. Like, I was one of the people commenting "Restore the Snyderverse." I wasn't a cultist, but I really wanted them to continue with it so we could get the conclusion. Because I felt that even though the other movies that he made were pretty weak, to say the least, I felt like this was a step up, and we were getting a lot of cool ideas out of Zack Snyder.
Mhm.
Like we were getting Darkseid, we were getting Desaad, we saw the end of Steppenwolf, and they actually made Steppenwolf relatable, which was one of the biggest problems in the theatrical cut. Was he was just every other villain. There was no point to his existence. And
But
Steppenwolf,
it's
I
definitely
think Steppen.
it's a huge step up from from Justice League. I will
It-
say
That's
that.
like a leap up
Yeah,
because
It was like
it's
it's like an
actually a
Empire
character.
State Building leap up. Like it's huge.
this is a
Like it's
heavenly
really
leap
big.
up. All right, this is you died, you made it to the pearly
Yeah.
gates, and he said, "Welcome."
And like I think that Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 is just, again, with Zack Snyder's movies, it's so beautiful to look at. I mean, the opening sequence of Superman dying, and
there's some pretty bad shots. Though, I'm not gonna lie to you.
there is, but I mean,
The
like,
slow mo is overused as well. I
I
feel like this movie could have been 3 hours without the slow mo.
slow-mo's horrible, dude. Bro, I swear you could have taken an hour off of that movie if the slow-mo
There's a
wasn't
lot of
gone.
like weird stuff. Like there's like the chick
Though,
singing in that one
though
scene.
when employed with
Yeah,
with
that
the
was
Flash,
annoying.
the slow mo was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But let's just go ahead and try to wrap
But obviously,
up this because 4 minutes left.
I just want to say real quick, iconically, the Flash scene is one of the best comic book movie scenes
Oh yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
of all time.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, it's a great scene. I'm
Um,
glad it won the fan choice Oscar. I think it was well deserved.
Me too. It was probably a bunch of cultists that got it.
I mean, yeah,
One
but
though.
yeah, but still, like I feel like it
It was
kind of
cool to
deserved
see.
it.
It was really cool to see.
Yeah,
It was
and
still deserved, yeah.
It did. It deserved it.
after that, we got The Suicide Squad, which is a film I really enjoy. I know people have
Oh,
their
yeah,
opinions on that
that's,
film, but I really enjoy it.
Well, that's a top DCU movie
Oh yeah,
because
shout out
No,
James
go ahead.
Gunn.
I saw it in theaters the day it came out, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Like every single second of that movie is just pure joy.
Yeah, I saw it the day it came out on HBO Max, and I loved it ever since I first saw it.
I've only seen it once, and it was in the theaters. And when I saw it, I was. Now, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's not because of anything that's wrong with the movie. I think at the time when I saw it, it was such a drastic change from the rest of the DCEU that I just was not prepared for it.
That's fair.
It's like I didn't like it, but I didn't not like it. It was like I was in this weird middle spot because I thought John Cena's Peacemaker was great. I thought Bloodsport was great. I don't want to butcher his name. Idris Elba, I think is how you pronounce it. But Ratcatcher was really relatable. I love Sly as King Shark. I think he's great. And the Thinker was an awesome villain to have, and Starro as well.
Also, Rick Flag was amazing.
No,
Yeah.
this is probably his standout role, especially after he kind of was garbage in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
I'm gonna watch it.
If there ever was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you guys a promise though. I'm gonna rewatch the movie and reevaluate it.
Do it tonight if you can.
Yeah.
No.
This man's going to bed after we're done recording. But so just some final thoughts about the Suicide Squad. I think we can all agree that it's a great it's a good movie. Good movie. Because when you see us in the club, you know it's about to go down. But
Very good movie. But James Gunn needs to get it together for the new DCEU. I'm telling you, spitting bars like a Ruffy Louvre.
In Telugu.
Spitting bars like a Russian prisoner. You know, I've been in her. Everybody knows that I'm winning, sir. Bars. All right, name someone who can do that like me, bro. Name a rapper.
Hansel can do it. Hansel. He's goated, as the kids like to say.
Bro, you're like 20. You gotta what the kids like to say. You're the same age as us. Let me see us in your ass. Okay, but so Peacemaker was next after the Suicide Squad. None of us really remember anything from that, so we're just gonna kind of acknowledge it. It was there. I like John Cena. He's funny. All right, so next, bro, James Gunn's wife. Oh my god, she's bad. She is bad.
You all right? Need a break?
We'll go into commercial break now, guys. I'll see you guys in a few. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for our sponsors. And yeah, let's just let's talk about what are we talking about? DC.
Black Adam was next.
Yeah, Black Adam.
was-
Blacks. Black Adam. Black Adam. Okay, hear me out. Black Adam is the best DCE movie. I'm saying it.
I really like Black Adam.
I love Black Adam. It was.
It's
I mean,
it gives me
just-
nostalgic
just-
vibes, to be honest. Like, it just gives me that 2000 superhero movie
It
feel.
it feels kind of like one. It feels like an early 2000s superhero movie, but also feels like a JLU episode.
Yeah. I'm surprised that James Gunn's not gonna keep The Rock for like his casting as Black Adam, because I thought he did like perfect.
Well, I think what's probably going to happen is that he's not using Black Adam right now, but he's going to bring him back like at some point.
I can see Black Adam being like a phase 2
Because-
thing for this DC universe, and I could see them bringing back.
Mhm.
They might give him a new design, but they'll definitely still have The Rock play Black Adam for sure.
I think they'll probably just reintroduce him through like a Shazam sequel.
Yeah, definitely. Here's the thing though. The Rock always wanted to make Shazam, or not Shazam, The Rock. What's his name? Black Adam. They always wanted to make Black Adam. Forgot his name. I don't know how the hell. But he always wants to make Black Adam just as like anti-hero, and he wants him to fight Superman really badly. And I feel like if James Gunn really wants to be more comic book accurate, James Gunn would write Black Adam as a Shazam villain like he always was. So I
Yeah,
feel like,
I think
feel
that
like there would be some
I-
disagreement
like-
there with The Rock and James Gunn, even though they both seem to
Mhm.
agree
Well, like-
creatively.
like I respect what The Rock was shooting for, like all the effort you put into that, like full.
I mean, yeah,
props
that
to
movie was in
but-
development hell since
but-
2009. Like, I'm just happy it came out.
and it still managed to work as well as it
Yeah,
did.
it still managed
And
to
it
be a
also
decent
managed
film.
to bomb.
but
Yeah, it managed to be
but
bad in the box office.
but Black Adam is not like as big or as bad as The Rock makes him out to be.
No, he's not.
Cameo
He's a
from your
Shazam
brother.
villain, and he's not even the best Shazam villain.
Yeah.
He's not even second best.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know.
sorry.
Do I look like I read Shazam comics? Don't answer that.
No.
I'm a big
So-
Shazam fan, and as a Shazam fan, Black Adam is he's just not that good.
Yeah.
I dig him as a villain, but
Well, your
know,
brother sure as hell goaded as
Yeah,
a
your
There-
brother's
Shazam
throwing it
villain.
back in the background. Your brother
there's
caked up. Tell me he's hot right now. Right now, tell me he's hot.
Yeah, you're caked up, my brother.
but there's just not much to go there with.
We will not continue
Adam.
this episode until you tell your brother that we think he's caked up to the max.
Yeah, I will kick you out right now.
Josh, my friends think you are caked up to the max.
I have a cake.
Oh, hey, it's my favorite. It's my favorite Howard
your-
brother.
It's my favorite. He's the one who follows me on Instagram. He's cool.
He doesn't follow me on Instagram. What?
He follows me on Instagram.
But we were talking all about L8. We had a conversation about L8. How the
I
hell?
think I just made fun of him to his face, and I was like, "Give me your Instagram," and he just followed me back.
What's his Instagram? Well, you don't need to tell me on here. I'll find it.
You know his name. Just look his
I'll
name up,
find
and
it.
you'll find it. AJ's following him, so you'll know it. But yeah, Black Adam is Black Adam, and so
It's
that
good.
brings us. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good film. We can all agree. That's the one we all agree on. Is that there's two things we can agree on. That Zack Snyder is a terrible director, and that and that Black Adam is a good movie.
Yeah.
Black Adam solos every single Zack Snyder film ever created. That's even his good ones. And with that, I guess we should talk about how Black Adam is bomb. And yeah, Black Adam was like a terrorist in 2001. It bombed so hard that I don't think DC can go on with that universe anymore.
No.
I don't know how that connected. Like,
I was trying to make something clever, but really just makes me sound really insensitive. But that's just like my whole channel, anyways.
it's true. It's true.
Did I ever tell you guys that time
yeah,
that I
Definitely.
had a video taken down because of a 9/11 joke?
Oh my gosh.
I don't blame them.
Just like the towers got taken down. Ayo, hey, let's start talking about what we think. Because Black Adam bombed. We all know that. Like, why do you guys think Black Adam bombed? Let's start with that. Why do you guys think it bombed?
I don't know. It might be timing with the box office. It might be, yeah. I mean, I think it might be down to timing. Also, advertising.
Yeah, it was pretty weird that this is like the Morbius of DC. It's the the hierarchy of the DC universe.
Except
about to
Morbius was
change.
actually really bad.
Except Morbius was actually goated and like actually a good movie. And bro, we need to review Morbius on here. I think that's what we need to do.
I straight up haven't seen Morbius.
I won't see it.
I have a 480p version of the movie just downloaded on my camera roll.
Wow.
Someone just sent me a link to it on Discord. I was like, bet, download.
Oh my gosh.
But
why am I not surprised?
But yeah, so yeah, we all know. I've said it 15 times now. Black Adam bombed, and really, I guess it's kind of a smart choice to kind of reboot now. They should have rebooted films like plenty of films ago, but I'm glad that they're finally having the balls to reboot. And and James Gunn is now, of course, you probably already know, is the head of DC Films or DC Studios, whatever you call it. Yeah, co-head, whatever the hell. Shut the fuck up.
With Peter Safran.
Yeah,
was Peter Parker. But yeah, so they got
Safran.
Szechuan sauce.
Saffron.
Zac Efron.
Saffron.
Elvis Presley.
jack me off.
Jack me off.
I will throw this Batman mug through the screen at your face.
And I'll catch it.
No,
and I'll keep
don't
the
throw
mug.
that nice.
Yeah, I'll catch it and I'll keep the mug and I'll use it later.
It's a great mug.
And it's a great mug. Oh my god. Let's talk about the mug for a second. Who made that? Where'd that come from? Where'd you get that?
Who produced that
Yeah,
mug?
what's the
Who was the
company?
exec? Who prodded it, bro?
Okay, this is a.
It's not produced by Lil BW. You want to know what is produced by Lil BW? Hometown Hero by Altered Rap.
This is a Monogram International Incorporated
Monogram.
Batman mug.
I'm your hometown hero. Everybody looks up to.
You don't like the auto tune? He was a bitch.
I don't like hometown hero, bro.
You don't like it?
That sounded like Josh's.
No, your
it
EP
sounded like
is fire.
Josh's
I don't like
drunk
Hometown
cover of Hometown Hero.
All right, well, at least you're honest. That song still did numbers, though. I'm not
Of
gonna lie to
course.
you.
I'm not gonna lie to you about your music. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna like it. But I will never come down on anybody about it. Like, oh, it sucks. Unless they're like a dick.
Unless their name starts with an M.
Huh?
So unless their name starts with an M. But so James Gunn, I feel like with everything that he's posted and everything that he's said so far about his universe, I feel like this is definitely the smartest decision they've had in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see what Zac Efron and James Gunn have to do.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
everything they have planned. Even though I feel like as soon as this episode is going to come out, it's going to be outdated because I feel like his plans will already be revealed by the time this comes out.
Well, he said sometime in January they're gonna reveal like a couple projects.
This is going to come out in the second Wednesday of January. Hopefully, I know I might have just dated this now. But yeah, so we'll see about that. Anyways, I think I'm very excited to see what James Gunn's got planned. Of course, there's news about the young Superman stuff. He's keeping all the solo stuff by itself still. He's keeping the Matt Reeves doing his Batman stuff, Todd Phillips with his Joker stuff.
God.
He's continuing the
God.
Black Superman stuff with J.J. Abrams, and everything's
Yep.
just I couldn't ask for a better producer so far. Like I said, he could drop that Superman film and it's gonna be god awful, but you know,
Right now, it's promising.
yeah, right now it's very promising, and I'm
It
pretty
does look
excited.
promising.
And once he does reveal his plan, I feel like we can do an episode where we just do an update with our thoughts on that. And
Michael Rosenbaum has said repeatedly that he would love to return as Lex Luthor.
I need Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor, please.
Me
what
too.
no pussy does to you.
And I would love for him to come back as Flash in some way, shape, or form, if that's ever possible.
You know, I would love
knows?
for
Either-
George Clooney to play
Either would
Batman
be really
again.
cool.
What?
No, for real, I need Val Kilmer
Oh my
as
God.
Batman one last time.
Val Kilmer's a terrific Batman.
It was a great Batman.
Well, like,
oh my
top
god, he's
3
like
Batman.
85.
He's not
Bro, he's like
85.
6. Maybe a little bit older
6?
than that, but I think he's like 68 or something.
He's only in his 60s. Like, he's fine. He's fine.
All right, but
He's 62. He's not even 68, bro. He's 62.
62
He's young.
years too late.
Young. That was pretty funny. The way you worded it.
So yeah, pretty much I'm very happy about this whole James Gunn stuff. You know, do you guys have anything else you want to add about the James Gunn stuff, or can we move on to our next topic?
I'm just very excited.
All right, you want to know what I'm very excited about? This next topic. Now, complete 180
sure.
here. Do you guys use the social platform TikTok by any chance?
I do. I use TikTok.
Sorry, never heard of it.
You're like 55. Shut up. Now, what's your favorite thing on TikTok?
Giga Chad culture, Riz culture.
Amen, bro.
They're the best. I got sucked into all that, and like when it first started getting big, and I've become ingrained into the culture.
I got that unspoken Riz, my brother. Now, AJ, while your family's having just a domestic dispute in the background, what's your favorite thing on the social platform known as TikTok?
I mean, Tic Tacs are very, very good to eat. You know, very good.
They're
candy.
not. They're actually very mid. They're pretty mid. Tic Tacs are mid.
I haven't had them in a while.
You probably haven't had them ever.
You know what isn't mid? Chiclets. They are goated. Chiclets are goated.
I don't even know what that is, but you want to know what isn't mid? Women. Now, women are the third best thing on TikTok.
Yeah, behind Giga Chads and Riz culture.
Yeah,
What's-
behind Giga
what's
Chad's,
number
Riz
one,
culture,
number two?
women. No, hold on. Giga Chad and Riz culture, that's number 1. The Alter Brap TikTok community is number 2. And number 3 is women. Now, me and Josh thought it'd be fun. Now, AJ doesn't talk to women, so unfortunately, he might not have much to add to this conversation. Now,
No, I didn't say it would be fun.
You sure about that?
You had this idea.
well, it's because we're talking about ideas for the podcast. This man no, deadass. This is exactly what he did.
Yeah,
looked at his phone.
it's because Ultra is lonely.
Shut up. No, he was him looking at his phone. He was like, oh my God. That is so bad. And that's exactly what he did. And so this is why we're talking about baddest TikTok bitches now. So
Josh, is that an accurate story?
No.
I got
Okay,
the
let's hear the
footage, you son of a bitch.
let's hear the real story. Let's hear the real story.
Let's hear it.
Let's just go on with this topic.
See what I say. What I say. Now, continuing on with the topic.
What did I say?
What did I say? But
I told him.
I told you, didn't I
Get
tell you? And what just happened? Exactly what I just said. Now, we gotta do. I'm gonna do a top 3. I'm gonna do a top 3 when it comes to TikTok women, and I want you guys to judge my top 3. All right. God, it's loud as hell. Did he throw hands?
Somebody went like,
I heard a whoosh.
somebody pulled a. You can't see me.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
Yeah.
I gotta edit that out. So I died. So my top 3 when it comes to TikTok women of the mature kind are Addison Rae at number 1, Meg Nut
Yeah.
number 2,
Yeah.
and number 3 is Bella Porsche. Anyone got any objections to that?
Yeah, man. No, I don't know, man.
I only
You
knew
sound
like one
Peter
of those.
Griffin.
Oh, I only knew one of those. So I
You
don't
think this
know.
is funny? Nah.
Hi, Daddy. How you doing, Daddy?
All right, Cleveland Jr. But
Well, I'll tell you, kids, this is what I think of Addison Rae.
bro, we got like 10 minutes left. Can we just hurry up and just wrap this up? now?
Addison Rae's the only one I know out of
All right,
those
talk
three.
about
I
your
just
talk about your thoughts on Addison
Listen-
Rae real quick.
she's so gorgeous. But I also know Charlie D'Amelio, and she's all right. She's
She's
got
kind of
it.
mid. She's kind of mid.
Also, it must be said, Addison Rae, terrible actress.
What has she been in? Was she in like Law and Order?
No,
He's
the
all
new-
that.
Yeah, terrible reinterpretation
all what?
of She's All That.
Absolutely horrible.
That's my
They
boy, my
ruined a
favorite
great
Adam
movie.
Sandler movie.
It was gutter trash.
But Addison Rae's gorgeous. But I will say this: Addison Rae and Charlie D'Amelio both are women that I would never ever date.
I mean, they could get it.
That's see, bro. I don't look at chicks like, oh, I think she's so hot. Like I look at them as like, could I have a relationship with this person? Which is why I
Yeah.
don't really look at chicks. Like
No.
I look at
Addi-
men. I'm just kidding.
Girls, I want to see men. Okay, but in all seriousness, if I'm gonna leave this episode on one thing, as Addison Rae has asked, she could get it. So with that further ado, do you guys have anything that you want to plug before we end this episode? Oh my God, just say something.
I got nothing, man.
You got nothing to plug, bro. You work on you have a new project every 5 seconds. You're just making them up on the spot. You're like, yeah, I'm working on a Tommy Wiseau film, documentary / mockumentary.
Okay. In all fairness, yes. Okay. Oh, we do have the hip hop documentary.
That's in the works. It's gonna be very fun to work on.
Conversations with Kevin, which is going to be my first feature film. I'm working on a Creature from the Black Lagoon remake, kind of, or reinterpretation, among a billion other projects. I'm also working on a lot of YouTube videos. I'm also working on a couple projects with Josh. Some screenwriting ideas, which are very exciting. I hope we get to work on them soon, because I'm very excited about them.
This man said
Talking
who?
about us?
This man said who?
Yeah, I'm talking
Oh.
about you.
Okay. Hopefully we get to start doing it in the new year.
Yeah.
Like,
and-
This is coming out in January,
I was-
my brother.
and
Year.
yeah, I'm just working on a lot of projects. Very, very excited.
Josh, plug your stuff already before I plug you.
You mean it?
I mean it absolutely.
I'm working on a second album, just released a single.
All would be linked below, by the way. I'm not looking at anything from AJ, but definitely Josh.
Wow. Wow.
I have a lot of
This is
fun
a
stuff
joke.
planned with AJ in the future.
Oh, also, I have an announcement. I'm quitting the
This man said,
podcast.
"Fuck your album." I gotta.
Yeah, AJ and I have a lot of exciting things in store. I can't say or speak on any of them because they're just not at the moment, ready to be spoken about. But there is something that AJ and I have collectively agreed to work on together that I have been wanting to write for a few years now, and it's kind of a passion project of mine, and I'm so excited to have a writing partner on it and start it. I think he knows what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
It involves
If
cowboys.
you feel me.
It involves cowboys. Yes, sir.
It
That's what I
does.
know about
It
here in
involves-
downtown
Yeah.
Arkansas. You feel
It
me?
does.
Rather, it involves one specific cowboy who influenced my life more than any other artist, almost, I think.
John Mayer.
Top
I mean
three.
John Wayne
No.
was a joke, sir.
But I'm so excited to start that with him, and we have a couple other projects. So hopefully, once AJ's out of the prison that is a school, we can
Went to show up
start
in Arkansas,
actually
buddy.
being together in person and writing these things and just spending time on it.
Yeah, because we've got a total of is it 5 feature films or is it 6?
It's one of the two.
Where is the money coming from? Let's get that out of the way.
Our pocket. Right now, it's our
Yeah.
pocket.
From the
Our
bank that
pockets.
I'm robbing.
Until we can get backing, then it's gonna be from
Yeah.
us.
But if that's everything, I guess I'll plug myself now. That's kind of gay. But
What do you mean by that?
Hey. What do you mean by that? But so of course, I guess this will be my major announcement. I'm working on a new EP, everybody. This will be my announcement for that EP. It's gonna be called Diamond in the Rough. It's coming out soon. I'm also working on some with Josh. I'm working on my YouTube career, all that. I'm starting to start cranking out videos, podcasts as always. And that's really it for me. I'm gonna try to upload on TikTok more. I feel like that's where the views are. It's TikTok. So I might try to work on some TikTok content for sure. And yeah, that's all I got for that's all we got for today's episode. Tell us your thoughts on and Addison Rae and James Gunn in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. All right.